let me welcome you to my channel. Before we begin the video, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe and like this post. Roman Reigns is one of the most popular wrestlers in the history of WWE. The original tribal chief has consistently been a prominent figure in the industry and been one of the highest earners. Currently boasting a net worth of around $20 million, he is considered one of the wealthiest wrestlers today. Despite his success, Reigns started from modest origins, and at one point in his career, he only made a small three-digit salary. In 2022, Roman Reigns participated in an interview with ESPN where he talked about his significance in WWE and as the tribal chief. This conversation took place before his remarkable WrestleMania 38 bout against Brock Lesnar, in which he would later merge the Universal and WWE titles to become the undisputed champion. During the discussion, he also disclosed that he used to earn $500 per week when he was honing his skills in Florida Championship Wrestling. When discussing the growth of the professional wrestling sector into a billion-dollar industry, Roman Reigns revealed that he was making just $500 while in FCW. To break it down, that amounts to $500 every week, $2,000 monthly, and a humble yearly income of $24,000. In contrast, NXT wrestlers currently make a minimum of $50,000 annually. It just goes to show just how lucrative pro wrestling has become. And while the legends of the business must be acknowledged, some of this development is thanks in part to the subject of this writing, the OTC. He pushed the envelope, and now everyone is reaping the rewards. Around 14 years have passed since Roman Reigns was involved in FCW. Even though he was only making $24,000 annually, his persistence and hard work paid off, as he is now earning significantly more. Being a prominent figure on WWE's roster and a key player in the industry, he receives a substantial paycheck every year. Reigns is now earning nearly 200 times more than when he first started. Reports indicate that he brings in $5 million annually. This amount includes the former undisputed WWE champion's salary from the Stamford-based promotion, any additional bonuses, and multiple endorsement deals. Given the caliber of performance he puts in each and every year, this should come as no surprise. And considering he still has a lot of gas left in the tank, this figure should only increase with every passing year. So, the next time Reigns claims he feeds his entire family, you best believe him. When you think of Roman Reigns today, the words head of the table, tribal chief, and WWE megastar come to mind. With a career that boasts multiple world championships, main event matches at WrestleMania, and a meteoric rise to superstardom, Roman Reigns is synonymous with success. However, like many WWE superstars before him, Reigns' journey to the top was anything but easy. Before the glitz, glamour, and million-dollar contracts, Reigns reportedly earned a humble three-digit salary during his early days in WWE. Yes, the powerhouse who now commands pay-per-view main events and wields tremendous influence behind the scenes started with what might seem like peanuts compared to his current salary. But how much did Roman Reigns really make when he started in WWE? And what was the path that took him from those early, modest earnings to the multi-million-dollar superstar he is today? Before stepping into the WWE ring, Roman Reigns, real name Liti Joseph Wwe, pursued a career in professional football. Coming from the famed Wwe family, a wrestling dynasty that includes legends like The Rock, Yokozuna, and his cousins, the USO's Reigns initially had his sights set on a career in the NFL. After a brief stint in the Canadian Football League, CFL, he shifted gears toward professional wrestling. Roman Reigns signed with WWE's developmental system in 2010, debuting in Florida Championship Wrestling, FCW, the precursor to today's NXT. During these early days, Reigns wrestled under the name Leaky, performing in small venues with far fewer fans than he would eventually command. and with those modest crowds came modest paychecks. It's said that during this time, Reigns was earning a salary in the three-digit range per match, typically $500 to $800 per appearance. This would likely come as a shock to modern fans who see him now as one of the highest-paid stars in WWE. But it's important to remember that developmental deals in professional wrestling often start small. For aspiring wrestlers like Reigns, the initial pay is less about immediate financial gain and more about paying your dues, learning the ropes, and proving your worth to the higher upas. While wrestling in FCW, later rebranded as NXT, Reigns worked tirelessly to establish himself. Developmental talent in WWE is generally offered entry-level contracts, and at the time, this meant wrestlers were making anywhere between $30,000 to $50,000 a year, stark contrast to the multi-million-dollar salaries of the company's top stars. For Reigns, this period was all about building his skills, earning respect in the locker room, and waiting for that breakout opportunity. The salary range, while relatively low, covered not just in-ring work, but also intense training, promo classes, and character development. Reigns, who initially struggled to find a persona that clicked, was constantly under the microscope of WWE officials, including Triple H and other veterans of the business. Wrestlers in developmental often perform under immense pressure, knowing that their paychecks are contingent on proving they have what it takes to make it to the main roster. In those days, the lifestyle was far from glamorous, with long hours, limited travel expenses, and modest living conditions. For a young Reigns, the transition from football to wrestling meant starting from scratch. Despite his impressive family legacy, nothing was handed to him, and every small paycheck he earned in FCW was a reminder of the grind he had to endure to make it in the world of professional wrestling. In 2012, Roman Reigns' fortunes began to change when he was paired with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose to form The Shield, a trio that would revolutionize WWE. The group made their debut at the Survivor Series pay-per-view, attacking then WWE champion CM Punk's opponents in what would become one of the most impactful debuts in wrestling history. As a member of The Shield, Reigns quickly went from developmental talent to main roster star, earning significantly more than the three-digit salaries he had been accustomed to in FCW. With his main roster debut, Reigns' income began to rise sharply. While WWE salaries vary widely depending on a wrestler's role, merchandise sales, and main event status, it's reported that early main roster contracts for rising stars like Reigns could range from $250,000 to $500,000 annually. For someone who had previously been making mere hundreds per match, this was a substantial leap forward. As the Shield gained popularity and their star power grew, Reigns began to establish himself as the powerhouse of the group, known for his devastating spear and his silent, menacing persona. The group's success, including multiple tag team championships and high-profile matches, meant bigger paychecks and more opportunities for Roman Reigns. After the Shield disbanded in 2014, WWE made it clear that Roman Reigns was their chosen one for the next face of the company. This shift from being part of a faction to being pushed as a solo superstar also came with a significant increase in salary. As he climbed the ladder of WWE, headlining major events like WrestleMania and SummerSlam, Reigns' earnings skyrocketed into the millions. Reports from industry insiders suggest that by the mid-2010s, Reigns was earning around $2 to $3 million annually, which included not only his base salary, but also bonuses from pay-per-view appearances, merchandise sales, and other revenue streams. WWE's top stars, especially those in the main event scene, often receive lucrative contracts that far surpass the developmental deals given to newcomers. Fast forward to today, and Roman Reigns is, without a doubt, one of the highest-paid athletes in WWE. As the tribal chief and the leader of the Bloodline faction, Reigns has solidified his status as the company's top heel headlining numerous pay-per-views, including multiple WrestleMania events. His current contract is reportedly worth around $5 million annually, making him one of WWE's top earners, alongside the likes of Brock Lesnar and John Cena. Reigns' lucrative deal reflects not only his value as a performer, but also his role in carrying WWE as the face of the company. From endorsement deals to merchandise sales, Reigns generates millions for the company, and his pay reflects that star power. Moreover, his involvement in high-profile storylines, especially as part of the Bloodline saga with his cousins, the USOs, and Solo Sikoa, has kept him at the forefront of WWE's programming, ensuring that his value remains sky-high. His current status as WWE's Universal Champion, holding the title for a record-breaking run, is further testament to the company's faith in him as their top star.